Today is going to be a bit of an ore processing day. I don't have many materials processed, so I need iron because I need to make an anvil so I can make a forge hammer so I can do things with the forge hammer. Also, all the other machines also need a ton of bronze and iron, so yeah, I gotta do quite a bit of ore processing. I do have a bunch of ores, but it's mostly copper and a bit of redstone and tin. So the bronze is semi-solved, but everything else is kind of not. So, you know what? I'm just going to process literally all of this ore. Like, at least all the ones that I want, like the coppers and the tin variants. But I don't want to be broke anymore, so I'm going to do that. Straight to the squeezer. Love this thing. And of course, in the meantime, while the ore processing is actually going on, I'm going to make an Everfull urn. Now to make the Everfull urn, I need 30 aqua, 10 fabrico, and 10 terra. And I found a really nice way to cleanly make 2 of them. It has to be 2, I can't make 1 at a time, but that's fine, more is better, right? And the way I'm going to do this is with the crafting table. That gives me 20 fabrico, that's why I need 2. Dirt gives me 5 terra each, so 20 in total. And water from little tiles gives me 15 each, so 60 in total. Water from little tiles is very easy to make. It's just 2 buckets of water, and you get the buckets back. Super, super chill. So I'm gonna chuck this stuff in, crafting table, dirt, water, and then the flower pots. Easy, clean, no flux. Now this thing is done crushing my ore into dust, so I need to start mixing and smelting and stuff. I also need to go out and find a diamond vein. I don't remember if I found one already. I don't think I have. But and a lapis vein as well, but I have that. But I need diamonds to make a time in a bottle, and I want to make that as soon as possible. Just going home now with my haul of diamonds and iron. I found a few other veins. I found a manganese. I found where is it? Entropy and quartz vein, galena vein. All of this stuff in this crystal forest biome. And this biome's kind of nice. There are fewer mobs here. Not no mobs, as you can see, but there are fewer mobs here because these emit light. So it's just too bright for them to spawn for the most part. And that's pretty nice. It's not my favorite looking biome, but in terms of convenience, this is probably like one of the best biomes to set up your starter base in. Alright, our first real steam machines. As you can see, the Everfull urn is automatically filling up the small steam solid fuel boiler, which is now making steam, and the steam is going straight into the forge hammer. I'm gonna add some pipes here on the right for more machines, but I need this going right now. First of all, I'm gonna get a diamond, and I'm also gonna get some lapis. Now I just need to get my hands on a cloudberry, and I can make a time in a bottle. I want to do this as soon as possible because I need to start building up time in the time in a bottle. Cloudberry is new to me. I need some leaves, some tall grass, some wool, and 2 terra moss. I think I still have some. This is from the moss stone scraping. Very cool. And now I can make a time in a bottle. This thing is great. I'll show you how it works in a little bit because I need to let the time in here build up. As you can see, it's going up by 1 every second, but I'm gonna need quite a bit of time. I need to keep this on me basically at all times, and we are chilling. Next up, I need to make an alloy smelter, and that is easily done. I'm gonna place it right here next to the forge hammer, but I need a pipe to connect the steam. I'm gonna do a large for now. I don't think I really need more than that at the moment. Maybe I will. I probably do. It's fine. Now this is connected and the steam alloy smelter is officially running. I'm also going to make this directional. And now we can actually continue. The Infernal Furnace will allow me to make steel for LV. It's, to be honest, I think I'm rushing this a little bit. I am not really spending any time building up my steam age infrastructure because I really want to have walls and a roof and an actual building, but I need LV machines for that. So I'll admit it, I am rushing this just a little bit. Now, to make the Infernal Furnace, I need a bit of obsidian, which is fine. I need nether bricks, which I can make with fire bricks and a pure daisy. So it's actually not too bad. Except fire bricks are a little bit annoying because they're made from compressed fire clay, which means I need a steam compressor as well. Or I could go to the nether and find nether bricks there, but I have a feeling that in this mod pack, the nether is going to literally be hell. So maybe I'll do it the compressor way. Which means, of course, I need a compressor. You know what? I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to do this correctly. So I'm going to make the rest of these steam machines, the single block ones. I'm also going to finish the steam bucket quest, where I need to hold a steam bucket. Why not? And then I'll get to the Infernal Furnace. I am going to get these nether bricks, though. I'm going to get the fire bricks and the creosote and everything. This actually shouldn't be too bad. I just need the compressor first. Alright, let's make more machines. One of the nice things about having done the forge hammer first is I get more plates for my ingots. And that is a pretty big deal at this point. Steam compressor. Steam extractor. And finally, a steam macerator. That's it. That's the whole suite. Well, I think there are more, but that's all the ones there are requests for. There's also a multi-block steam macerator, the steam grinder. In GTNH, this thing is extremely powerful, and looking at the tooltip here, I think it's going to be extremely powerful once again. So I would like to make this when I'm no longer poor. Right now I'm very, very poor. But this thing should be able to scale for quite a while. I feel similarly about the steam oven. I think it's also going to be quite good. And also the improved coke oven. This needs quite a few bricked bronze hulls, but I'm sure this is miles better than the normal coke oven. This also gives me an LV circuit as a quest reward, so I don't know, maybe I should make one just for that. Anyway, I need to get a bucket of steam for this quest. Let's see if I can just grab it out of here. Can I? No, I don't think so. I think I need to store it in some kind of container first. That's fine. I will need a steam buffer anyway. Now, I'm going to get the materials for the Infernal Furnace, and then we can talk about how it converts crude steel into steel. To make the fire bricks, I do need clay dust and brick dust. And for bricks, the easiest way for me to get bricks is actually to smelt porcelain. Because porcelain I can get from forge hammering porcelain enriched eggs, which I can make now. So let me show you how the time in a bottle works, because this is going to speed up the chicken process a lot. Now, basically, if I right-click the chicken breeder, you get a little icon here. And what's happened now is this block is ticking twice as fast. And it will tick twice as fast for 30 seconds in total. That cost me 30 seconds from my time in a bottle. As you can see, I've been AFK for a little bit. But this cost me 30 seconds from my time in a bottle to do. And if I were to click it again, it now has cost me an additional 60 seconds from my time in a bottle. But now, this is ticking 4 times as fast. If I right-click again, it takes away 2 minutes from my time in a bottle, and this doubles once again, and again, and again, and again. And if you work out the math, it actually turns out that it's always most efficient to just spend as much time as you can, as long as you're getting the full 30 seconds out of it. Which in this case, I don't think I will be. So it was a little too much. But here we go. Here are my 10-10-10 porcelain chickens. It was surprising, actually, when I looked at the numbers that it's just a perfect 1-to-1 ratio of how much time you spend and save, if you know what I mean. Like for every second of the time in the bottle that is spent, I save 1 second in processing time. And that holds true, like, even if I right-click a bunch of times. Because the cost of the time increases by a factor of 2 with every right-click, but also the tick speed increases by a factor of 2 for every right-click. So it is 1-to-1. Look at that. So fast. This is too fast. This is comical. Yeah, time in a bottle is pretty crazy. Now the crazy thing is, it works with steam machines too. It technically also works with electric machines, but it's a little weird. The power draw is a bit weird. I think you pretty much have to tick accelerate not only the machine, but also like the cables and the generators, and it can be a little buggy and not work so well. But with the steam machines, it's really good. I basically just need to tick accelerate everything, and it should work perfectly fine. To be honest, you probably won't see the effects of this on camera very much because it's only 30 seconds, and there's not much more to it. But be aware that I will be using this all over the place to speed things up. There we go, look at that. See, it's sped up. So good. It's so good. Except I wasted a bunch of time. Time is free though. I just need to leave my game running. Alright, I'll be back with my Infernal Furnace stuff. I've gotta say, this is really fun. To time accelerate the boiler and the compressor, and it's just going. That's crazy. This is supposed to be 8 seconds each. Oh my god. That's so good. It's so funny. I love it. And it's really cool because time in a bottle, you can also accelerate like the controllers of these, and that speeds it up. But even cooler is you can accelerate a pure daisy. Now if I place these fire bricks around, for example, I can accelerate the pure daisy, and it converts it way faster than usual. Now I just wasted a bunch of time because I don't have anything else to convert, but hey, an employee. But yeah, now I just need some obsidian, some iron bars, which are chill, and some sallis, which is also chill. Hello, I have shaved off a bunch of this forest so that I could get enough EMC for the obsidian. I need to get a better source of EMC. I remember at the beginning of the series I mentioned that there are some ways to duplicate EMC by spawning things, crafting them into something else, and then putting them back into the tablet. But I think they're gone now. I can't find the recipes that I remember. So yeah, I need to figure out a new way to generate EMC, and I think the best is probably just going to be to actually mine obsidian. And I don't know if the jackhammer has the ability to do that. I think it does, because it's mining level diamond. Anyway, I need to get home before it gets dark. Alright, to look at the structure for an Infernal Furnace, you actually have to go into the Thaumonomicon. And it is just a 3x3x3 cube, but you can add stuff to it on the sides. So you can add arcane bellows, according to this addendum, which makes more nuggets. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. To make the arcane bellows, it's an arcane crafting recipe with planks, leather, iron, and some air V crystals. So really, really easy. I need 4 of these. And it effectively makes the structure a 5x5x4, I want to say. So it's going to cross the chunk boundary here, and this isn't even a GregTech machine, so I seriously don't trust that. So I'm just going to put it entirely in this chunk, I think. Okay, I'm going to make the bellows. I have everything else I need. I have the bars, the obsidian, and the nether brick. And then we can get our first steel. Steel, by the way, is made from crude steel. And crude steel I can make in an alloy smelter with iron ingots and charcoal dust or coal dust or just coal or charcoal or carbon bricks or carbon dust. Any of these things are going to work. I'm obviously going to use the charcoal because I have the coke oven there to generate charcoal for me. And I have the alloy smelter. So I'll also gather up some crude steel. So the structure looks like this, with an obsidian in the center that I'm going to convert. Oh, I left my Philosopher's Stone somewhere. I'm going to convert into lava with the Philosopher's Stone. I'm also going to place these iron bars here really quick. And now if I convert this, this should be done. The only thing left is to throw some sallis on the structure. Cool. Infernal Furnace. Now this thing doesn't have a UI as far as I'm aware, but it does auto output to the front. First, of course, I'm going to place my arcane bellows on the sides here where it's marked. So one there, one here. Is this? Oh man, I placed this really poorly. This has a redstone signal, so it's it's off. I guess this is just gonna have to keep running forever. Maybe I can mute the piston sound. Okay, that's better. So yeah, so 2 on the side, or I guess 3 on the side, and 1 below. Now I believe I just need to throw my crude steel into the top here, and it will spit out steel nuggets in the front. Let me get a chest so I can auto-collect, and also I'm going to craft up some crude steel. Alright, this is scary, but I'm going to throw it in. And now, this should start making steel nuggets and slag. Nice. I do vaguely remember the slag, but I don't remember what it's used for. Quite a few things, clearly. I'll stockpile it, of course, but what I'm really after is the steel nuggets. I can compress these into steel ingots, and that's what I need to progress. So I'm going to let these crude steel ingots process, and I'm also going to compress these nuggets into ingots. Wait, is it done? No, it's not done. It's 1 slag per ingot, so when this reaches 32, this is done. Anyway, once that's done, I'll be able to progress, actually, and I'll be able to enter LV, finally. Now, I am also going to need some black carpets to insulate the tin cable, because that makes perfect total logical sense if you really think about it. But I need those to make the LV machine hull. Just gotta bring some of these sheep home, and if I remember correctly, you can change what color they are by right-clicking with the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, clearly not. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make them black sheep so I can just get black wool. I specifically need black wool, which is a little bit of a pain, but nothing some squid can't solve. Alright, cut some squid ink, got my black sheep, making more black sheep, and some black wool. I've also got the wrought iron plates, the steel plates, the tin plates with which I'm going to make some wire. I've got everything. It's time to enter LV. The only thing I need that I don't have is a wire cutter, which is mildly annoying to craft, but that's fine. I also need a screwdriver, so let's see. Iron screwdriver. And an iron wire cutter. And now I can make these cables. Let's do 4 for now. Got my black carpet, some string. I need more string. Is there an easy way for me to get more? Looks like I can squeeze my extra black wool for some string. Let's do that. Perfect. Exactly enough. Well, a little bit extra. No, exactly enough. Let's make some more wire. So, 6 1x tin cables, an LV machine casing, and an LV machine hull. And this puts me in LV. And it even gives me a trophy. And some extra machine hulls. And some vacuum tubes. All very nice and very welcome. Now maybe I can finally get around to building the base. Well, I need some more machines first.